welcome to Ekate's Crossing. Okay, I'm going to re-bring this back in. I sort of have looked at it sort of briefly at times. Stephanie Dowrick's The Universal Heart, Golden Rules for Golden Relationships. Now, I just want to sort of start sort of reading the book a little bit, using tarot decks or oracle decks at different parts as I read through this book. So we're just going to read different chapters at different times and see how we go. And let me know your thoughts down below. So let's begin by working with, what are we going to start with? I think we might start with, actually, I was thinking about the Gilded Tarot to begin this journey. Why? But the Gilded Tarot. Let's begin with that one. Now, I've got no idea what the first... need to read this again. I haven't read this for such a long time, so this will be great to dive into. But let's have a look. In regards to the Universal Heart, can you give us a message in regards to the Universal Heart? Whoa, okay. What card flew out? Oh, the Devil, temptation, addictions, bad habits, repeated patterns. Interesting card to begin with. Okay, oh, okay. We've got Four of Cups. So why are we bored and dissatisfied with our life, with our things at all, which might be the part of causing us addictions, bad habits, repeat patterns. Maybe we're sort of feeling like we are missing out on what we want or what we desire in our life in some way. Here we've got Six of Pentacles. And so it feels like maybe we're giving a lot of ourselves away with receiving nothing in return. We're trying to find a sense of harmony within our relationships, and which is kind of really important here. So this is interesting about the Universal Heart. We're talking about repeated patterns, addictions, breaking free from the chains which keep us chained to the past. And here we've got King of Pentacles, always looking for new opportunities. Is kind of really important here, looking for new opportunities. Maybe we need to feel grounded in what we're doing. Connecting to the earth is kind of really important here. So what an interesting read to begin with. So I'm just going to begin with that, I think, to start with. So let's have a look at this first introduction, if we like. Okay. This above all, love one another. Gospel of John 15:12. Okay, so this is a book about relationships. Anything new in that? I hope so. For a long time now, I've felt restless about the intense focus that people have encouraged to place on a single sexual intimate relationship. This one relationship is in prospect highly idolized, the stuff that dreams are made of. In real life, it is often confusing and disappointing. And no wonder. That particular version of love is supposed somehow to make up for lingering hurts from childhood and previous relationships. It is also supposed to reassure us that we are lovable, even when we doubt this. Comfort us in the face of working in a ruthless world, compensate us for the loss of community and extended family, and subdue our fears about whether life has any meaning. That's quite an ask. The Universal Heart began for me with thinking about how we could approach the idea of love much more generously. If we could regard love as a way of living rather than as a prize to be given and withdrawn a few times only, what would it take? I wondered, to open to a life that's drenched in love. In a world ruled by notions of scarcity, how could we discover that the more freely we give love, the more we have to give? Would peace of mind follow if we could think more about how to be loving than about our hungry dreams of how love might save us? It's clear that at the beginning of a human life, and again at the end, love expressed through delight, gratitude, constancy, interest, good humour, kindness, is what matters most to us. In between, however, except in short bursts of high romance or at times of crisis, love tends to get squeezed out by more urgent demands, work, money, power, getting on. We take seriously almost anything but love. We improve our skills on almost anything, everything except how to give and receive more freely within our relationships. We ask each other constantly what we do for a living, not how well we live. We move our attention away from the people we love for years at a time, and we wonder why the relationships we intended to value and honour break down or disappear. An absence of love is something that countless people experience on a daily basis. They may call it loneliness, isolation, dissatisfaction, or emptiness. Often what it adds up to is that they have become strangers to love, and in significant ways strangers to themselves. Love joins us to others, and we need that. The longing to care for others and to be cared for is fundamental to our shared human nature. We are social beings using our relationships throughout our lives to find out not only what we are capable of giving, but also to discover who we are, what makes sense to us, what insight we can achieve, what kind of life we are in the process of creating. Love connects us and inspires us. For the sake of love, we can transcend selfishness, burst through the mundane. But this need not only be personal love only. The firefighter who enters a burning house to rescue a confused elderly person, the stranger who holds the head of a young man dying on the street, the foster mother who offers a home to abandoned children. In all such moments, and there are millions like them, love is alive. The well-being of our towns, cities, and countries depends absolutely on whether we as individuals are willing to care about how life is for other people. A safe society is one where trust exists and concerns for others is readily expressed. If we are cut off from our capacity to give and receive love, we go beyond loneliness. We become dangerous to our others as well as to ourselves. A life worth living is a life of love, and anything worth discovering about love will deepen not just one, but every one of our relationships. Just as crucially, though, love joins us to the deepest part of ourselves. It allows us to know that our own life has legitimacy, that from our own inner world we can reach out to give willingly to other people and receive what they can give to us. In the universal heart, I certainly do pay close attention to the sexually intimate relationships that most of us have or want. Those are the relationships where we most openly experience our longings to give love and be accepted and loved for ourselves. But I do that within a much broader and much inclusive context than is usual. This book is about the many faces and phases of love, the versatility of love. It's about loving with fewer demands and conditions. It's about living well, whoever you are, with whatever you are doing. There is exhilarating freedom in that. It lets you off the hook of waiting for the perfect relationship or person to give you permission to be loving. Makes everything possible right now. Love and freedom are the great themes of this book. One allows the other. One leads to the other. Looking around my own life and listening into the lives of many other people, I'm intensely aware of how we can tangle ourselves into knots or disrupt our best intentions. We want love. We may even want love desperately. Yet sometimes love, or our need for it, seems to cause us our worst agonies and problems. In this book, discussion of those everyday problems and difficulties leads not so much to solutions, for those can be mechanical or facile, but to a way of thinking about relationships that will positively affect every aspect of your life. Through stories and discussions, and by returning to key themes in a number of different ways, I lay open some of the most common psychological and emotional traps that we unconsciously set for ourselves and for other people. I show how we can see them anew and avoid them, how we can go way beyond them. The universal heart is alive with a sense of what's possible. In an age of unprecedented individualism, it is exhilarating to recognize that bringing together the insights of contemporary psychotherapy and the universal truths of the great spiritual traditions of East and West give us more possibility than ever of understanding and delighting in each other, and caring enough to keep each other safe. The shift in attitude begins with you. Love starts where you are. This statement may be cliched, but it's also true. You have the capacity to live lovingly, however overlooked and unlovable you may sometimes feel. You have the capacity to receive the love that others can give you. however defensive you have become. To love confidently in a world where love is trivialized and traded, we need support and inspiration. We need to know how other people have met some of the challenges that we are facing. We need to know how to lose our loneliness. We need reminding that we can afford to make mistakes and how possible it is to borrow the Zen promise to be knocked down 7 times and rise up 8. This book offers exactly that help, and it does so not through stories and ideas only, but through simple yet profoundly effective rules for loving well. These are not rules to bind you. On the contrary, just as love does, they set you free, loving generously, observing how much power you have to affect other people positively, knowing that you can make changes as they are needed, responding intelligently to what each situation demands of you, trusting you can let hurts go and love soar, allowing yourself to be enchanted. None of that is beyond your reach. Learning from each other, we remember what we share. What is well planted cannot be uprooted, the Tao teaches. What is well embraced cannot slip away. How do I know about the world? By what is within me. Okay, that is the introduction. Okay, that's it for today. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Thank you to all who have subscribed and liked the video. Thank you to those that have checked out the links that are down below. Thank you for those that are supporting me on Ko-Fi, of course. And catch you all later next time. See you. Blessing be. Blessed be.